Mintra can't help falling for the man who once hurt her. Despite his days of begging and professing love, she surrenders her body to him, finally choosing to forgive. However, Parin mistakenly believes that she doesn't love him. Convinced he's unworthy, he thinks she deserves a better man. Though he loves her deeply, he fears his presence will only resurrect painful memories and ruin her life. So he decides to let go, vanishing from her world. He calls his most trustworthy friend, urging him to take care of Mintra and even pushing them together, thinking this will bring her happiness. Little does he know that it's tearing her apart from the inside. She can't understand his good intentions, only feeling abandoned again. Ironically, a week after his departure, she discovers she's pregnant with his child again. Mintra is devastated and at a loss for words. To protect her and the company's reputation, she must find a father for her baby in the womb as soon as possible. So she offers her assistant 5 million to marry her for a year, covering up the pregnancy to fool everyone. Just then, Parin stumbles upon the truth that he fathered twins with her 4 years ago. Like a leech stuck to her skin, Parin trails Mintra everywhere, begging to reclaim their children and dream of a happy family of 4. But there's no way Mintra will agree. She snarls, "You have no right to beg for forgiveness, let alone be my children's father. Just go die in whatever godforsaken place you came from. Maybe then I'll finally forgive you." Well, Parin takes her words literally. He charges into the sea to die. Mintra rushes to stop him and almost drowned herself. Parin turns around to save her, then carries her to shore. He sees Mintra's worry and is certain she still loves him, begging her for another chance. But Mintra only says, it's too late. She had forgiven him the day he risked his life to take a knife for her. Yet he didn't cherish it. Instead, he vanished and even pushed her into another man's arms. Mintra declares she's completely disheartened with him and will never trust him again. But she can't fend off the aunt and her best friend's persuasion. They urge Mintra not to be selfish. You might not need him, but the kids are still young and need a father. You have no right to choose for the children, nor should you deprive them of the opportunity to form their own relationship with their father. For the sake of the children, Mintra is willing to give Parin one last chance. But he can only interact with the kids as an uncle, not their father. He must never mention the emotional mess between them. If he breaks these rules, she'll take the children and disappear, cutting off all contact forever. Parin cherishes every moment with the kids, seizing any chance to bond with them. While telling stories, he doesn't forget to ask them to put in a good word for him with Mintra. The kids adore Parin. Their first thought every morning is to find him and play. Mintra had worried he couldn't care for the kids properly, but seeing him patiently blow sand out of their son's eye and treat their daughter as an equal has eased half her concerns. Now, let's shift our focus to the vicious supporting character, Pem. Ever since the video of her seducing a married man went viral, the once famous actress has fallen from grace, now reviled like a hated outcast. Her agency, boyfriend, friends, and fans all abandon her. Desperate for money, she tries to restore her reputation by live streaming her sob story online. Her father died when she was a child. Her mother has been gravely ill and struggled to raise her, and now mom is on her deathbed. She claims she strayed and sold herself only to earn money for mom's treatment. She tearfully pleads with everyone to give her a chance to repent, promising to do more good in the future and never make the same mistake again. The viewers are sympathetic and have commented to support and encourage her. Little does they know, as soon as the camera stops rolling, her mother leaps off the sickbed, strong enough to wrestle a bull. Not gonna lie, anyone who can't switch emotions and expressions on a dime like she does has no business being a top actress. Anyway, after winning public forgiveness, Femme gradually lands jobs again. One day, a modeling manager invites Pem to shoot posters at Gan's resort. Just then, Parin is playing on the beach with the children and Mintra. Seeing them cuddle affectionately, gossip-hungry Pem senses an opportunity and snaps photos with her phone. It's clear she intends to use this to get back at Mintra. During lunchtime, Parin fawns over Mintra by peeling a shrimp, like a puppy begging for attention. At the mere smell, Mintra is overcome by morning sickness. She rushes to the bathroom, retching violently until she collapses from exhaustion. Unaware she's pregnant with his child, Parin assumes she's just unwell. Overwhelmed with worry, he stays by her bedside in silence. Unfortunately, Pem would sooner set their utopian paradise on fire. Pem sends a video of the family of 4 having a warm interaction by the sea to Parin's father and Mintra's father. As a result, the two fathers, who are already business rivals, get furious and start accusing each other of underhanded tactics. When Mintra comes home, her father slaps her across the face, berating her for letting a rival near her and the kids. Mintra has no choice but to lie and say that she met Parin by chance at a resort. Her assistant helps to explain that Parin might have gone to Mintra on purpose to get some information. Maybe Parin made the video on purpose to ruin Mintra's reputation. Convinced, Mintra's father forces her to marry the assistant next week. Meanwhile, Parin's father rages at him for betraying the family for a woman. Parin snaps back, no longer tolerating the man who fathered him but never raised him. He refuses to work for his father, vowing to cut all ties with him. He even threatens to expose his illegitimate birth to his father's wife if he meddles in his love life. Caught in his own secret, the father can only seethe in silence. Later, Parin goes to Pem's house in a rage to settle the score. He is no fool and knows exactly she's the one who filmed and leaked the video. Unexpectedly, Pem launches herself at him, kissing and groping him wildly. Apparently, she's trying to use the security cameras to stage a setup. Parin shoves her away in disgust, not realizing her scheme. "I don't go for second-hand goods," he sneers, "and you're clearly more like third-hand trash." He warns her to leave Mintra alone or face the consequences. This humiliation crushes Pem completely. How can she possibly endure it? On the other side, influenced by her assistant's words, Mintra begins to doubt Parin. Perhaps he and Pem are conspiring against her. After all, she once saw them kissing. So she and the bestie confront Pem for answers. Pem maliciously edits the footage of Parin warning her, cutting out context to make it look like they're intimate. Mintra mistakenly believes that the two of them are really having an affair. Disgusting. Not satisfied, Pem takes advantage when they raise their hands. Deliberately pretending to be struck, she drops to her knees, begging for mercy. In the art of playing victim, the wealthy heiresses are no match for Pem's theatrics. Pem repeats her old trick, editing security footage to claim she's been bullied by the upper class, then incites a wave of online harassment against Mintra and the bestie. Mintra is also fooled by her, and sees Parin as one of her accomplices, so she refuses to answer his calls or see him. In desperation, Parin tails her, only to spot Mintra entering a gynecology clinic. Fearing for her health, he rushes to ask her about it, but Mintra thinks he's a womanizer and tells him to go live with Pem. Parin doesn't understand why she's linking him to Pem. Since she won't listen, he might as well let her hit him to blow off steam. But this time, even slapping him and kneeling to beg won't work. She only asks him to stay away, leave her and the kids in peace, and let her marry the assistant. Giving up? It's not even in his vocabulary. For one thing, Parin can tell she's hiding something from him. For another, he's afraid the assistant might do her harm. In the blink of an eye, Mintra's wedding day arrives. I truly admire Pem's audacity. She has the nerve to attend as a friend. The assistant's boyfriend is equally bizarre, grinning ear to ear as he watches his partner marry another, clearly blinded by greed. Mintra walks toward the altar with two flower kids, her face etched with tension. Just as the ring is about to slip onto her finger, Parin bursts in, shouting, "Mintra is mine. No one else gets to marry her." This time before Mintra can react, her father cracks him across the jaw with an open palm. Even so, Parin refuses to back down, repeating he must marry Mintra. Her father gets so angry that he has another heart attack. Mintra immediately takes him to the hospital, summoning the best surgeon available. Seeing Mintra's mother sobbing heartbrokenly, the assistant takes Mintra's hand and promises to take good care of her. Even at this moment, he doesn't forget to curry favor. Unfortunately, Mintra doesn't even pay any attention to him. In another corridor, Parin is apologizing to Mintra's aunt. He'd only wanted to fight for the woman he loved. Hurting her father was never part of the plan. A wave of guilt crashes over Parin. However, Mintra is absolutely unforgiving toward him. She had tolerated all his past hurts. But after he hurt her father, all she wants to do is to beat him to death. Thankfully, her aunt pulls her away, so Parin barely escapes with his life. The assistant, irritated by all the chaos, no longer wants to marry Mintra. He just wants to be with his boyfriend. But the boyfriend refuses, complaining the assistant's salary isn't enough. He coaxes the assistant to be patient, get married quickly, and once they get the payoff, They'll leave together, adopt a child, and build a county home. The assistant can't wait to find Mintra, demanding they skip the wedding and register for marriage directly. But with her father still in the hospital, how could she be in the mood? She mocks his ravenous ambition and boundless greed. The assistant grabs her by the nape of the neck, threatening to expose her unwed pregnancy if she doesn't get married quickly. Mintra is now completely out of control. Both the assistant and Parin defy her. In order to stop her from getting married, Parin puts his life on the line. He breaks into Mintra's father's ward and explains everything that has happened with Mintra over the years, showing that he really loves her. Her father is furious and throws a glass at him. Parin sincerely apologizes and begs him to give him a chance to make amends. The aunt steps in to plead, testifying that Mintra and Parin love each other, held apart only by misunderstandings. But love alone can't sway the seasoned businessman in his 50s. Parin knows this well and offers to make a deal with him. If he succeeds in his task, her parents must agree to his marriage to Mintra. Surprisingly, her father actually agrees to the deal. Apparently, Parin offered terms too lucrative to refuse. Not only that, but her father allows Parin to visit the house anytime he wants and be close to the kids. When Mintra protests, her father even speaks favorably of Parin, urging her to marry him. Mintra is driven to madness. What on earth does Parin have up his sleeve to make everyone she trusts end up taking his side? Even the 2 children she raised with such care keep talking about Parin all day, trying to reconcile them. But even so, Mintra still hasn't forgiven him. Girls aren't so easy to pacify when they're mad. Parin, you've got a long road ahead. As soon as he's discharged, Mintra's father calls a meeting to formally introduce the new marketing director, Parin. It turned out that Mintra's father asked Parin to help win the bid for a huge project, which was exactly what Parin's father's company also wanted to secure. If Parin could win the bid, Mintra's father would believe that he truly loved Mintra, rather than wanting to marry her for profit-driven interests. Mintra and the assistant vehemently oppose him, calling Parin a spy out to steal company secrets. But the other doesn't listen and orders them to set aside personal grudges and cooperate fully with Parin to win the bid. To be fair, Parin's professional skills are undeniable. Within a week, he solves multiple thorny issues, earning her father's deep trust. As a result, the assistant falls out of favor, ignored by both the boss and colleagues. If Parin got back together with Mintra, his $10 million reward would go down the drain, and his boyfriend wouldn't be able to keep him. Desperate, he simply blackmails Mintra to give him $5 million in cash within 2 days, or else he will disclose all her secrets and ruin her reputation. Just in time, Parin passes by the door and overhears the latter part of the sentence. Although he doesn't know what the secret is, he is sure that the assistant has ulterior motives and is not a good person. So, in order to protect Mintra, he has to find ways to take down the assistant. When Parin's father learns that he has joined a rival company, he flies into a furious rage, berating him for being blinded by love and ungrateful. Parin fires back that he's always despised his father's underhanded business tactics. He returns a USB drive containing his father's company secrets, making it clear that he intends to win the bid from Mintra's company using clean methods, and warns him not to play any tricks. By an ironic coincidence, Mintra happens to witness this scene. She misinterprets his actions, believing he has come to steal her company's secrets and help the competition win the bid. This is Maroon Recap. Check out my homepage, and you'll see more recaps of So Wayree. I'm hastening to write and edit the next recap, so feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.